rockets are basically missiles. If you know how to build a rocket, you'd know how to build a missile. So
you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Tracket Pacer builds weapons of mass destruction.
You guys made me feel more special than any other podcast I've been on, including the one I hosted myself for a little while. My role on New Glenn on the rocket is to before we flew it for the first time, it was to take the developing hardware and software and firmware and all that and kind of put it all together and test it out and give feedback to the different people that made that software, made that firmware, made the hardware, tell them whether it works or not. And if it didn't work, I tell them what didn't work. And then they...
0, 1. Let's get started.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Code Noir podcast. It's your boy Obi and Chuka out here. Boom! Started out. That was pretty good. Come on. There's energy there.
I like that one.
I like it too. It's better stay in the video.
Oh, man.
But today, what is on our agenda today, Chuka?
Oh, man, we got a super special guest here with us today. The one and only Tracket Pacer.
Boom, 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 boom. We got to put the sound effect in there. It's going to be like a air horn.
We need like confetti or something. I don't know.
I got nothing.
This might be, you guys made me feel more special than any other podcast I've been on, including the one I hosted myself for a little while.
Wait a minute. We'll revisit that. But give us a little intro about yourself. You know, anything you want to say?
Yeah, my name's Tracket Pacer, or you can call me Lexi, whatever. I'm a network engineering nerd on the internet in general. I like to yell about Ethernet, and I work on a rocket right now. So that's me.
That shit is dope as fuck, by the way.
That makes me sound a lot cooler than I am as like a caveat. You know? It is a corporate job in a lot of ways, just like everything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like.
So it's like
it's a rocket.
Yeah, you're circling back and touching base.
Touching base.
But on a
I'll
rocket.
get back to you on that email. But on
There's
a rocket.
Synergy. This meeting could have been an email. There's all of those vibes still present.
Exactly. Hey, but that is dope as fuck. I cannot lie. Like I'm like every little kid out there. I wanted to go to space. You know, I like rockets, but you know.
If they'd let me go up there, I would sneak on that rocket in a heartbeat. I would die, but it would be a great death.
Whoa.
Now that's not shitting on the rocket. That's just, you know, we don't have a crew capsule on it right now. At least not the one that I work on.
So would you say it's a rocket or like a missile?
Well, it's funny because you know, ITAR exists, and for those who aren't really familiar with ITAR, it means you can't basically teach foreign nationals how to build a rocket and other stuff, because rockets are basically missiles. If you know how to build a rocket, you'd know how to build a missile. So
you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Tracket Pacer builds weapons of mass destruction. Kidding. Yeah, please, guys. I was joking. It was just a joke. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that.
With the difference being that this weapon of mass destruction is only a weapon of mass destruction if it's not going to fulfill its mission, and it will destroy the air, not people.
See? It's all safe.
Oh, boy.
All right. So let's get into those questions we had, because I know I'm joking around a lot, but I really did have a lot of we had a lot of questions, because your job, hey, you're at the peak, quite literally. Like,
it is my dream job. I'll say that. It is.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get a lot of people who say that very often. In corporate America generally, because people wake up every morning and they dread going to work. So, you know, it must be so fulfilling to be working your dream job. But like, do you actually build networks on a rocket?
So, yeah, that's basically my specific role is called, I think it started out as avionics integration engineer. Now I'm just network integration engineer because that's more specific. Avionics is like, that, I don't know if it's portmanteau, whatever the word is. It's a combination of aviation electronics, right? So it's the computers on the rocket, right?
Right.
So I do integrate and maintain the network. I didn't design it. That was designed by a way smarter person than me. He's the architect. We have an architect. My role on New Glenn, on the rocket, is to, before we flew it for the first time, it was to take the developing hardware and software and firmware and all that and kind of put it all together and test it out and give feedback to the different people that made that software, made that firmware, made the hardware, tell them whether it works or not. And if it didn't work, I tell them what didn't work. And then they go back and try to fix it. And we work together and try to get it done until we have a working piece of equipment. And now my role has sort of evolved into like, I'm the expert on the network as it works. And so, I have my various tasks that I have to complete to make sure we're safe to fly. And if anybody needs they're having issues, they think it might be a network problem, or they just need a network person to advise them, I'm around to do that. I'm kind of like a one-size-fits-all little network person running around, if that makes sense.
Nice.
That's exactly. I'm there, well below you, but like jack of all trades in the company. So
yeah, I mean it's a legit good position to have. Honestly, the jack of all trades, because not everybody can be just like that narrow, deep, one or two subject person, right?
Yeah.
Knowing a lot about a lot of things, or like even a medium amount about a lot of things, is a pretty good place to be.
Cool.
This question wasn't on the list, but you just sparked something in my mind.
Yeah,
because me and Chuka were having a conversation about being a generalist or a specialist in a field. And he made some very good points. And now I want to see how that would relate to you. Would you say in your position you are a generalist or a specialist in network engineering?
So within network engineering, I've actually referred to myself before as a niche generalist because I'm a generalist. Yeah, I know. It sounds like such a cute and quirky, whatever.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is that I have gone medium deep on a couple of things.
Okay.
I have never I wouldn't call myself an expert on those couple of things. Those couple of things, though, I could probably talk about more than most network engineers. But those couple of things, no network engineer or 90% of network engineers would not need to give a shit about on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
So it's very niche, but also I'm not comfortable calling myself an expert. And I do pride myself on my troubleshooting skills and ability to sort of feel things out, even if I don't know much about a subject, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That does make a lot of sense because I feel like I'm still a generalist. I've been in this field for 3 years. I'm still yet to know where I want to go, what I want to do with it. I've dipped my toes in security, help desk, and cloud. And I'm low key a bit of a systems admin at the moment. So I'm system admin with an emphasis in help desk, but let me tell you right now, I want to grow. Help desk, there's not a lot of places to grow other than to management, and I'm I don't really care about management. I want to not
technical growth is what you're interested in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So I want to know how to do more things that are outside of what I'm doing right now. So knowing that someone of your position is technically still a generalist, but you have more of an emphasis in that, it's inspiring because I'm it's possible.
You can definitely, I don't know. I think generalists are very, very valuable because just the fact of being a generalist means that you can learn. You have a great breadth of knowledge already, but it kind of speaks to your ability to sort of just jump into something you don't know and learn it right? And most people need to become an expert really, really deep on most things, right? They just need to know as much as they need to know to get the job done. And that's really all that employers are asking of you anyway. So that's the generalist specialty, right? So
right.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, be proud of yourself. Like it really does speak to your ability to learn, truly.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I just hearing you speak on what you work on, and especially the fact that like you actually build a network on a rocket, that is so mind-blowing, first of all. And it's definitely such a niche thing to do that, honestly, in my opinion, I do think that you are like a specialist, if you like. But I feel like maybe you're just being humble, which is good. But like, I mean, come on, like, how many people will say that they've built a network on a rocket? Those are those are two fields that are like hard to
never
attain.
Think they would.
Yeah, separately.
I'll say this. As much as I'd love to claim that, I really can't, because I didn't build it, right? There are thousands of people, to be honest, built it. The rocket and the network is the network itself is the result of hundreds and hundreds of people's hard work. So it wasn't just me, it wasn't just the architect, it wasn't just one or two people, right? I had a specific, my specific job is integration, so making sure it all plays nice with all the other computers. But I didn't build the hardware, I didn't design the hardware, I didn't design the network itself. I had small input into, design-ish choices, but much later on. I was not the architect of this network, right? So there's tons of people that manufacture the hardware. There's a hardware, responsible engineer who is responsible for just the network hardware, who like has all this input into testing it and qualifying it for flight and making sure that like, okay, the hardware actually works. And then there's me who integrates it. There's the people who write the software for it, the firmware. There's people who make the harnessing, like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people whose hard work went into it. So I don't like saying that I like build networks for rockets, because it's really honestly just one network. I know one very niche network very, very well, and it's the only network like that in the world. So I'm kind of useless at a lot of most other networks. I couldn't just jump into and like be as good at knowing them as I do this one. It's just because I've spent years and years integrating it at this point. So I really appreciate, the kindness from a lot of people, but at the end of the day, like I said, it makes me sound a lot cooler than I am. There's a lot of people who built this into what it was, right?
I agree that as a team, I know no one person does anything. Like, it's you're what's that saying? Like something greater sum of its parts, whatever thing. I don't remember.
Yeah, like you're only as I think it's like you're only as strong as your weakest link or something. Or,
something like that. Either way, I understand you not wanting to say that, but you being a part of that team is just as important as the data architect.
Yeah.
There's not one piece of data or not one piece of person. If one thing was wrong or one thing was different than it was, that rocket's not going anywhere.
Plus, we don't know those other people. We only know you.
Yeah, we know you.
So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know them other peoples. I'm sorry, Mr. Architect. We don't know you. We know Tracket Pacer.
We know her. We don't know you.
Well, that's so funny. I this summer at Cisco Live, I dragged the architect, the guy who actually designed the network on New Glenn. I dragged him to Cisco Live, and we did a little talk, and I made him like talk about what it was like to build a network that's supposed to go into space, and it was a pretty interesting talk, if I do say so myself. It was at the Cisco U Theater, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of smarter people than me who work, like genuinely, like so many smart people who work on the network currently, who got it to where it was, and are the reason why it works. I'm just one of them, genuinely.
An important one. But one nonetheless.
Yeah, well, I am the only integrator, or I was for a long time. We recently hired one more integrator. But I will say, a lot of the initial integration and bringing that network together and making sure it played nice with everybody else. That was a lot of the initial stuff was me, and I am really proud of that. So.
Nice.
Enough about how cool I am.
We got off topic. That was my bad.
Yeah, we're getting a little carried away. Okay.
Back to the
too much aura. Okay, let's.
Too much. It was too much.
Let's jump into some questions real quick. So, how did you get into network engineering? What did that path look like for you?
It was a windy path a little bit. I had a career, if you can call it that, for a while before I ever even knew network engineering was a thing. It was terrible. I hated it. And that's why I ended up in network engineering, because one day I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to find a new career. And I took some intro courses at a community college nearby, and one of them just happened to be, I was like, oh, it's either going to be tech or finance, because I don't know. I was young and trying to figure things out. And one of those courses that I just picked out of a bag basically was Intro to Networks, I think is what it was called. And I didn't know what that was, had never heard of network engineering. But then, first, I think it was like the first week or the second week or something of that class, the instructor, it was the basic beginning of CCNA stuff. And the instructor explained what an IP address is and like where those numbers came from. And I was like blown away by it. Like immediately I was like, wow, I understand this. It's like not that hard. And it's really interesting. And that's when I knew, like, I think I want to focus on this. Right. And then the rest is history. I finally found out what a CCNA was the next semester and then went for it. So yeah. Nice. Yeah.
You heard it,
shout out to community colleges and
shout out community colleges and shout out CCNA. Try to tell
yes. Oh my gosh. You guys, okay. You guys, side note, you guys have talked about CCNA a couple times, and you did like a Net Plus versus CCNA thing. I thought that was really, really cool, really interesting. Because I get some flack sometimes, but I do like to preach CCNA. And basically for the reasons you guys have already talked about, actually. Getting CCNA opened doors for me. I've never needed another cert. So it's just my side tangent.
What do we keep telling y'all? Y'all keep saying we're not telling you good stuff. Look, we got two people on here saying the same thing. Come on now. Get this. I'm going to get it too. I don't even need where I'm going, but I'm going to get it anyway. Damn. Listen, y'all.
You get a CCNA if you want to get into cybersecurity, even like it'll get you there too. It opens doors.
For sure.
Damn, we got to do it.
I'm sorry, I sidetracked us.
Now you good?
What we got else?
So what's it like being a successful woman in a male-dominated industry? Because even like just kind of like a side note, and that was one of the inspirations of wanting to bring you on the show, because it's way too much testosterone in our community. Okay, like I'd be looking at the metrics for our audience, and I think we have like 90% male. I think the age range is from like 20 to 49. Something like that, our core audience, which kind of checks out, right? But, like I said, obviously a very male-dominated space. So what's that been like for you, just growing in the industry with that?
That's funny. Y'all's metrics are exactly like mine, or your demographics are exactly like mine on like TikTok and Instagram. Also 90% men. On socials, it has honestly been quite different for me than in real life, which may or may not be surprising to some people.
Okay.
In real life, in person, IRL. At actual IRL, at actual jobs that I've had a mixed bag of experiences. I've only ever actually had 2 jobs as a network engineer, so I can't really be too vague because it's just those 2, and one of them is the one I'm in now. Past job was not great, was only men. I was the only woman on the team. The atmosphere there was pretty toxic. But working at my current role, I work with a lot of women. It's still majority men, but it's a good number of women at my job. And I also have never felt like discriminated against there. I've never really felt like an outsider in any way that has to do with my gender. So it really, depends on the workplace that you're in. And I'm really glad that I got to one where, the culture is completely different than the last one I was in.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. But online you get a lot of hate because you're a woman, and that's just kind of like half of it. I think at least half of it is just like 12-year-old boys who just like want to be edgy and see what happens. So I've learned to not take it personally. It's not really a big deal to me anymore. I do take advantage of any kind of like hateful comments or like rude comments that I get. I will take advantage of that for views because I view it as my right as the creator who receives terrible comments. So I do like to make fun of them a lot. And I think people sometimes will mistake my pointing them out or making fun of them as like, oh, it's getting to me, it's bothering me.
Right.
But genuinely and truly, it is me making content and having a good time with it. So
you'll never see a hater doing better than you. That's
it's
all
true.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
it's
never
definitely
see
true. Yeah.
Damn
so
right.
It's fine. And if there's a woman listening to this podcast right now, it's fine. It's going to be fine, right? Like every woman has like kind of an story at the very least of like actually working in the industry when it's all men or mostly men. But there's also a lot of great men and ones who are really supportive. I've been lucky enough to have 2 really, really excellent mentors in my time as a network engineer, and they've been nothing but supportive to me. And I feel like I've had a lot of wonderful male coworkers as well who are completely normal human beings and treat me like a person, right? So you just got to find a good culture, and they're out there. So yeah, you guys will.
Thank God, there's still some normal men.
There are. I think the internet makes us think that they're not, and I think that's just kind of a little bit of an illusion. Or at least that's what I like to think, and in my experience, it's true. So yeah,
nice.
Cool. That's a great message, man. Because that's we definitely want to see more of that. Now, obviously, it's one of the reasons why we're really happy to have you on the podcast. Just as a way of sending a message to the women out there. Not to get too personal, but like I do have a daughter. So it's also important to me that as she gets older, she's a baby right now, but as she gets older, that she can see stuff like this and know that there's women who are thriving in this space and that you can coexist with some men, and obviously you have to be careful. Some of them are weirdos, but some of them are pretty normal too, and kind of how to navigate that. But the next question is obviously you've been doing this for a while. You're great at what you do, and you did say that you had a sort of windy path to getting here. So if you could start over, do you feel like you would change anything?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. I go back and forth on that one. Sometimes I think, I like to reflect back. I'm an English Lit major, or I was an English Lit major. That's the only degree I have, right? So no, yeah. And I would not trade that degree in for like a STEM degree. But I also do think that if I could go back, because I enjoy network engineering so much right now, I do wish that little Tracket Pacer as like a teenager or like a middle schooler could have at least known about this. Because in the time that I grew up, and I like to be vague about this for like anti-doxing reasons, but like in the time that I grew up, it was sort of, I don't know if you'd call it like the golden age of the internet, but like it was like stuff was really happening. And I think it would have been a really interesting time to get into it and learn about all the weird shit out there that, you know, was maybe a little slower and more basic back then, but still super cool and maybe a little more approachable for that reason. I don't know. And this could just be me as like an older person with more experience looking back and like just, you know, the nostalgia of like that era sort of getting me. But I really wish I could have had an opportunity to really get to know networking in some way as a younger kid, you know. Growing up as a little girl, a lot of people, at least back then, you know, nobody came up to me and was like, oh, you like to play computer games. Here, let's build you a computer. You know, let's learn how to build a computer together because you like playing games. Or like, here's a bunch of parts, build yourself a dirt bike. Like people do that for little boys. They don't often, or at least back then, nobody did that for me. Nobody was doing that for my female friends, right? Like, that's a good point. You know, it was kind of like, yeah, it was kind of like just default. And no one came up to me and said, you can't do tech because you're a girl. Like, no one said that, right? But it was just this overwhelming feeling of the default is that stuff is for boys.
Right.
And you know, I was always like vaguely interested, but I didn't even know where I could ever even start. And, you know, you're a kid and you're kind of like timid and you want to fit in. There's all this stuff. So it's like, I just wish I could go back and somehow get interested in this stuff or learn about it before now. But hey, I'm still happy at where I ended up. So
yeah. That's, I mean, for sure. Because, yeah, I mean, having a English lit major is pretty interesting, especially like considering where you are now, because it like almost doesn't add up. But also, I think, just in my opinion, I think those sorts of things make individuals stand out, right? Because you find a lot of people who have probably been into STEM their whole life, and it's like, you're just a robot. Like, you're just a robot. Like, you have no personality, you have no emotional intelligence, you have no communication skills, you don't understand. Yeah, like, you don't understand people and just society. You're just like, oh, the zeros and ones and the bits and the bytes and I'm calculating according to my calculations. You know, so it's like, but, you know, at the end of the day, we're people, you know, like, we're people, and you got to deal with people, and you got to communicate. You know,
there's hope out there because I have terrible people skills, and I was an English lit major, so it doesn't guarantee anything. Nothing is guaranteed in life, kids. Everything is meaningless.
Be whatever you want.
Exactly.
End of the day, it doesn't matter, guys.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want,
but, you know,
unless it's illegal.
It might be surprising to you, though. Like, there are a lot of people, at least I have a lot of friends in cybersecurity, and a lot of them were not like those people. They were not like interested in tech since they were like 9 years old or whatever. Like, they got into it from poli-sci degrees. They got into it from English lit, from various humanities degrees, right? And so you'd actually be surprised at how many people who are really good at their jobs in tech right now started in a completely different field. I love it for that reason, right? Because the tech field, you don't necessarily have to have like a college degree and have been, you know, gotten this internship and like gotten this whatever. You can kind of have this non-traditional path into it, right? And that's so cool.
Yeah. It's very inviting, because a lot of the fields these days, you need to be schooling for damn near 10 plus years before you even step foot on the job site, before you even like interact with your first anything that has to do with your degree.
Yeah, if you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer, like you gotta have all those years.
You've got a book in your face for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you're thrown into the world and expected to have practical knowledge.
Yeah.
Or anything. It's terrifying. But tech, it's like you can pretty much put what you learn that day into use the next day.
Yes, that's a great point. You can just put it into use that day right after you learn it.
Right. Quite literally. I feel like that's the entirety of our jobs is, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
That's how you do this. Oh, I did it.
I love that. Yeah. And as somebody who works at, I'm in aerospace, most of the people around me have at least a bachelor's in a, like some kind of STEM degree, many masters and some PhDs, right? And I'm often the only person in the room who does not have a STEM degree. And that surprises people sometimes. And a lot of people are just like, wait, so what is a network engineer then? When I tell them. But I don't know. I got lucky because normally you wouldn't work at an aerospace company without like a STEM degree, right? So gotta love tech.
Yeah. It's never impossible with tech. Like any job you see out there with the right amount of schooling and the right amount of like motivation and dedication can get to wherever you see if you just stick to it. It's all about consistency. I'm telling, this is both me speaking and telling it to myself, because Lord knows the CCNA, Network Plus, Security Plus, they've all been looking at me every day. They're just like hawks kind of swarming over my head. Like, when you gonna take the test? Whispering in my ear, get to studying. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't do it. But every time I see somebody thriving in it, I'm just like, oh, what did you do? Yeah, I just got my CCNA. I just got my. And I'm like, God damn it. Damn it. So it's right there.
I will tell you, as like an aside, I always tell, I do it like, it's like a short little soundbite. It's easy to say, get your CCNA, right? And that's what I say a lot to a lot of people. But really what I mean, genuinely is get the CCNA knowledge. The certification can help you get in the door in some circumstances, right? But if you have the knowledge, or like if you've already got work experience and you don't feel like you necessarily need to get the certification, make sure you've got the knowledge. Download the very free PDF from Cisco's website where it shows you the percentage of all the topics that are going to be on the test, and study those. And when you feel like you know them, like put them into practice, whatever. But that is really what the goal is. It's not actually to have that piece of paper. Boot camps and other people will tell you, oh, you need the piece of paper so you can get past HR filters. Yeah, sort of, fine. But really in the interview, they're going to ask you CCNA questions. And if you can answer them, then you can answer them and you can get the job, right? That's what matters. So even if you're not good at taking exams, if you hate studying, maybe think about it. Maybe you don't actually have to get that cert, but maybe you do want to just set a goal of learning the stuff in the outline. That really is what it should be, honestly.
Yep.
Wow.
Just my 2 cents.
That's a great perspective. Yeah.
Thank you. I actually very much needed to hear that, because Lord knows I hate school and I hate studying. I'm a person that's like, please put it in a video or something. I'm very hands-on. I want to be able to touch what I'm learning.
Me too. Yes.
I cannot read for not. Hey, hold on. I can read. Hey, hold on. Hey. I can read. I just don't want to. Let me be more specific, because I know this is gonna get clipped and I'm gonna look dumb. No, I'm not dumb, y'all. Hey, I'll go get my bachelor's right now. I can read. I can read. What I'm saying is, I've been in school for like almost 15 years. It's like, please, I just want. I've never been more excited to get a job, because now I can like put what I learned into practice. And now, as soon as I get it, I'm like, get your ass back into school. And I'm like, come on, man. I just got president. You want me to go back? But that perspective is like, that's exactly what I feel like somebody else out there that isn't me needs to hear. That it's like, don't necessarily think about just a piece of paper, because it's just like going to getting your bachelor's. It's just a piece of paper. It's about what you learn to get the piece of paper. So maybe instead of setting the goal of getting the degree or getting the cert, whatever cert it is, maybe just set your goal to learn the necessary information to get the cert without necessarily getting it. Because the paper, yeah, it's nice and well, but if you know the topic, you can get the paper and the job. So it's like, what are you really gaining from this? So I really needed to hear that, and I know a lot of other people do too.
Well, I'm so glad, yeah, because you've already got experience. You said you're a generalist. You described what you already can do. Like, you could get an interview. All you got to do is get the interview and be able to answer the CCNA questions, and you got it, man. So don't let that paper limit you.
Never. 2026 is a brand new year, new goals.
Hell yeah.
New year, new me.
Hey, we don't say that over here. I feel like everybody said that for the last 25 years. Not this year.
So new year,
same
old me,
different outlooks. That's it. It's the same me, just a different outlook.
Okay.
Different perspective, if you will.
I like how you think. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. So you're huge on TikTok. I think you got like over 120,000 followers.
Did I hit that? I genuinely don't know.
Damn. She's got so much motion she doesn't even know.
That sounds like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like that person. I just mean like TikTok has been super annoying for me, so I kind of ignore it a lot of the time.
Oh yeah?
At least my own stuff on there. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that? Like, how is it annoying for you?
Say your piece, yeah.
Sure, yeah. This is going to sound like incredibly like snooty and privileged, which it probably is, but like I used to get a lot more engagement on TikTok. Now I get almost none, and so I'm genuinely surprised that I have the number of followers that I do, because I don't tend to see the engagement. And that's not about, it's not really about like money or anything. Everybody knows TikTok pays like shit, but it's really just about like, I don't feel like anybody's seeing my stuff, and when I don't get feedback on it, it feels like a void. It feels like I've started to invest a little more time and energy into Instagram, simply because Instagram does not pay me anything, but I get a lot more comments and like people engaging and like wanting to talk about the subject matter on there, and so I tend to gravitate towards that. I still do post on TikTok, but I kind of don't really pay a lot of attention to my stuff, like how it does on TikTok anymore, like how I'm doing as a creator. I just like, I watch videos from others, like you guys. I like to watch your clips on TikTok, right? But I like just I just like don't pay attention to my own stuff. Yeah.
I agree with that. I've been seeing it a lot.
100%. It pisses me off.
It's a cesspool. Mm-hmm. It's a cesspool of not even just advertising, just like they're suppressing your views, so you pay for these packages to get your views up. And I'm like, they do that to get you what's the word? They get it like disheartened, like how you're feeling, like you're like, what am I even posting? Nobody's seeing this, because they're actively doing that so that you pay for these,
the promotion.
Boost your views. Yeah. We can promote your, and it's like, no, I know you're going to stop that, and then my videos are going to go right back to the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yep. That's exactly it. I am disheartened by it, because it used to be, I feel like I used to see a lot of discourse and like interesting stuff in tech specifically on TikTok. And I just feel like I'm not getting those videos anymore, and people aren't getting mine. And I don't know. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Are you guys on Instagram?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Okay, I gotta find you then. I need to like port over everyone I'm following from TikTok to Instagram. But anyway. Yeah.
Reels is doing pretty good. I won't lie. Like it's we
get
actual conversation, and like
exactly.
I see what you're saying. Like people, you could get like 400 or 500 views on a video. For our size, that's a lot, because it's like that's basically half our follower count.
We're struggling.
We'll get there.
You see that meme where the guy's got the cup? It's like,
he posted it in Discord where he's like, please spare change, spare follow anyone.
Yeah, because we were trying to hit 50 subscribers on YouTube, which we actually did.
We finally did.
Nice. Okay. Yay.
Yeah, I think we're at 60 right now, actually. So hell yeah.
You'll get there. It just takes time. It's just time and posting consistently on there. But with TikTok, it's like, I think it's getting suppressed sometimes.
Yeah. TikTok, we're still gonna do our thing on TikTok, but we are definitely on the boat with you on moving to more sustainable platforms like YouTube
diversifying.
And
Instagram. Diversifying is a good idea as a creator, for sure.
Definitely. That's one of our big themes for 2026 is different forms of media, because as great as TikTok is, it'll do that to you. Even look, we're like 1.2 thousand, and you're at 120,000, and they're still doing it to you. Like, if it doesn't get better, like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's crazy. Because even going back to what you were saying, where, because I really felt that, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I felt that in my heart when you said that. Because it's like, you make a video and you know that this is a good video, but you're not getting the engagement that you expect. And now you're kind of second guessing yourself, where it's like, oh, is this actually a good video? You know, do people think it sucks, or are people just not seeing it? You know, and then it's like when you compare the numbers, because we have way more followers on TikTok. I think on our Instagram, we only have like 100 and something followers right now, but we're getting thousands of views. So we're posting videos and we're getting just as many views on TikTok as we do on Instagram, with like only 10%
fraction of the followers.
So it's the mathing for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with TikTok. I have a bad feeling it's either not long for this world, or I don't know, something's gonna change at some point.
Honestly, good riddance.
Yeah.
Something better's gonna come. Vine was the first. TikTok, there'll be another one.
Exactly. And there's apparently going to be another Vine soon.
See?
Yeah, I heard that. Someone posted something about Vine coming back. Who was that?
It's called something slightly different, but yeah, anyway. Yeah. We digress.
But yeah, yes, we did digress. Sorry, guys. I may or may not have ADHD. But, so you do a lot of things, man. Like, you're a network engineer on a rocket. You're huge on TikTok, on social media in general. So how do you balance it all, and how do you still have a life?
Well, I don't have that much of a life, to be honest. I'll start with that, but it's mostly because I'm like super introverted and reclusive a little bit. But mostly I prioritize my day job above everything but friends and family, right? And so, because I don't have kids, I've got one dog, and like that's my life, and so I can prioritize my day job, and luckily my day job pays me enough that I could be comfortable, and I make social media a hobby. I will say, there are weeks when I'm not that consistent. I try to be consistent, but at the end of the day, I just prioritize my mental health and how I'm feeling and my day job. And if like I don't post for a week, the algorithm, I guess, gets mad at me or whatever, but like nothing's going to blow up. Right. So I would say I don't really balance them so much as like I keep content creation as a hobby, and I don't see that ever changing, to be honest. I don't think I personally, it's not for me to really try to actually make real money being a content creator. I would be too stressed out. So really it's me balancing my personal life and my work life, and then everything else, content creation included, comes after that. I hope that's not too much of a cop-out, but yeah.
No, that was a great answer.
Hey, that's a good answer. Some people let one pot fill up too much, and it,
and that's what I'd recommend. I mean, people sometimes do ask me like for advice on like being a creator, and my advice, like, I know this is again sort of a cop-out, but like don't do like don't you in my view, being a full-time content creator is not for most people, and it sucks for most people, and I would never recommend it. Even though I'm not a full-time content creator, I know full-time content creators, and many of them are not good people. And you kind of have to sell your soul a little bit, and also, it's a really stressful, unstable job. And I don't recommend it to anybody.
Definitely not sustainable, for sure. I can definitely see that.
Well, to make it sustainable, I guess I'll amend that. To make it sustainable, you have to be not a good person. Usually, 99% of the time. Yep. I know that sounds like drastic, but in order to make it to the sustainable level, you just have to be like kind of a soulless husk chasing the next like big thing.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That is 100% true. I definitely agree with you. Because I've thought about it sometimes with this platform that we're building right now, And, you know, for example, if, I don't know, hypothetically, say a brand that I don't actually agree with, and I know that your product is garbage, but you're willing to throw some money at me to go tell people that, oh, this PC is great. It's gonna give you maximum performance, when I know that's not true. But, you know, obviously there's a lot of people doing that because that's how they make money.
Gotta get the money.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like discourage you guys. You guys have a podcast. You guys are creators in your own right. It's not, I guess what I'm thinking of specifically is the video content creators who pump out videos like there's no tomorrow, and the only goal is money, because it has to be your goal if you're just going to make like a full-time living on it. I'd say like podcasts, getting sponsors and stuff is different. I've just met full-time content creators of a certain ilk, and even in tech, you know, they are just like the rest, right?
Yeah. I definitely know what you're talking about. There's some of them, I'm not going to name no names. You know, I'm not going to do that. But there's definitely some that I've seen online, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you're selling this dream of like, oh, become a cybersecurity expert and make 6 figures in 30 days.
I won't do it to you on your own podcast, but I'll happily name them. Go to my Twitter, or you and I we can all talk Twitter after the podcast. I'll happily name. Don't go to a boot camp like that. That's absolute horse shit. I'll say that right now.
Man,
I have a list of them.
It rubs me the wrong way, because
it should.
Yeah, as it should. It really just takes the essence out of it, and like the reason that I fell in love with doing this shit to begin with, and now you're making this whole thing just seem like it's some kind of Ponzi scheme, you know? Like,
you can't learn cybersecurity. You can't go from no tech knowledge to cybersecurity in 90 days. Are you kidding me? You also can do that with network engineering. You might be able to do it with programming. That's it. Like, that's the truth, right? And anybody who's trying to sell you if anyone's trying to sell you that, they're absolutely lying to your face, especially if they have financing options on their website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely are like, when we first started our podcast, we were definitely a quality over quantity. And I feel like we're keeping true to that as we evolve. Like, we won't put out as many as the next guy, but when we put something out, it's something we like. It's something we put our soul into. Like, you'll get something good. And if you can't get something good, you ain't getting nothing. Sorry. Like, we got jobs. And at the end of the day, what we wanted from this experience is to meet people and to create communities, to meet people like you, like every guest we've had on has been like, damn, this field keeps getting cooler and cooler. Like, I don't, the money, if the money comes, the money comes. But I'm doing it because I want to see how people got to where they are, where they are and at all, and like where it can take us as individuals. Like, I want to see things. I don't really care about the you need a video every day, all that. Like, I want to just see like without this podcast, we would have never met you. I will keep, listen, this is not on some stock shit, but I did have to do my research on you before we had you on. And I was like, all the stuff, she's right about the Ethernet stuff. She talks a lot about Ethernet. And I was like,
validated.
Jesus. I was like, I know Cat 5, Cat 6, but she knows something. Damn.
That's that niche generalist crap that I was on about, right? Like, that's the niche.
I swear to God, if I didn't know it, I swear to God, you made the Ethernet. Because, like, you know some shit about the Ethernet. And I was like, damn.
That's so validating. Thank you.
Literally, I was like, because I can't even say I know anything about Ethernet. I know if I plug this thing into my router and I plug it into my computer, something's gonna happen. Something faster's gonna happen than if
we back online.
And I'm better than ever. My uptime goes from 250 Mbps to 500. That's it. I watched 4 or 5 videos about it. I was like, damn, I didn't know did that. You cut it open and you were looking inside. And I was like,
Ethernet is crazy. There's a lot of shit in that stage.
I was binging it. I cannot lie to you. I was binging it. So, but it even makes me like, I never thought I would be interested in network engineering or networking at all. Because every time I talk about networking, it's fear. It's like, oh my God, networking. But like, as we're getting to know more about the field and the people in the field, I'm like, somebody's just gatekeeping. Yeah. You ever have a good ass restaurant and you're like, yeah, it's half past down the street by that one guy's house. I'm like, why are you gatekeeping? I want the food too. Like, I'm hungry. Come on. Dude, so that's how I feel about networking.
But keep looking into it. I mean, network engineering to me, it's just rules. It's just how the universe works in a way. I say universe, but it's how data moves. It's just rules. That's what I love the most about it, as weird as that is. You have these rules about how networking works, and if you know those basic rules, you can kind of understand anything, and you'll be able to predict things. It's very cool. Like, it follows rules, and I like those rules.
Whoa, that was kind of trippy.
It sounds a little neurodivergent of me, but that is what I like about it.
Yeah, that sounded like on some spiritual shit, like real deep.
Like, we're getting cosmic.
I'll take that.
The laws of the universe.
Yeah, it's the laws of networking.
Nirvana. You will reach nirvana. Inner peace comes from networking. Remember that.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, I know we probably have more questions, but I feel like we're getting to our time cap here.
Yeah, I think we got just the one more, and then
okay.
Then we can start to like wrap it up. But so do you have to love what you do in order to succeed? What's that been like for you? And what motivates you? I know that's kind of like a 3-question packed into one, but yeah.
No, that makes sense though together. I actually am of the opinion you don't have to love what you do to be successful. I think you should probably not hate it. It makes it a lot easier. You can even kind of dislike what you do and still be successful at it.
Okay.
But is that a great way to live? It's up to you. I wouldn't want to do something that I dislike. Some days I do not like my job, right? Like when I'm doing the admin stuff, when I can't go into specifics, but like when I'm doing admin crap, right? Or dealing with like the types of office politics that happen at every workplace because it's humans there, right? Like that kind of stuff. Right. I don't like that part of it, but it is a necessary part of it, right? But at the end of the day, I really do like my job, if not love it, because I have this overarching thing, network engineering, that I love, and then it's a rocket and blah, 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 right? But if you can just get to a point where you kind of like your job, that I think is like a very noble goal. And in that space you can thrive. But I don't think that's necessary to be successful. To be successful requires like a combination of hard work and also in some cases a lot of luck. And I would say that for me personally, luck and privilege have come into it quite heavily. I would not have been able to get into network engineering, for example, without having parents that let me quit my job and just move back home and not pay rent to them while I lived with them for quite a while, right? Like figuring my shit out. So for people who don't have that, that would have been a lot harder, if not impossible.
Right.
So I'm very, very lucky. But I think what motivates me personally is I mentioned the rules of network engineering, and this sounds so cheesy, but I love the rules, and I love figuring out what happens when you break the rules, or when maybe you twist them, or try to see how you can, finagle them in different ways and see how the hardware and the software works. And so my favorite thing to do, and why I love my current job as an integrator, is playing around in the lab. And like, I don't get a ton of chances for this, but I get more than I would normally to just like go in the lab and like see what happens when I just like mess with a thing. I have access to some cool tools that I normally wouldn't have access to. And so I'm just, I like to play around, and that's what motivates me is every day is a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Well said.
That's
very well said.
That's a great point, especially like what you mentioned about the lab, because like I work in an environment where it's like I would love to have those sorts of things. I mean, we do have labs. We try to test before production as much as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I would definitely like the opportunity to kind of play around a little bit. I mean, I guess that's why we have like home labs and stuff. So I try to take advantage of that, and that's like my playtime. But I definitely work in an environment where it's like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, it's kind of like you get that slap on the wrist of like, and I'm like the kind of person that's always trying to like push the limits a little bit. Because I work with some guys that's like they've been there for a while, and they're so like bent on the rules. Like, this is how we've always done this for 20 years. And I'm like, oh, what if we do it this way? And they're like, no. But,
don't lose that curiosity. You should definitely keep that.
I still have it. I definitely still have it.
Good. That's what's gonna get you far, right? If you want to like mess around with stuff and like, I don't know, troubleshooting skills,
right.
Being able to think through a problem, even if you don't know exactly what the answer is. That's all stuff they ask you in interviews, and they ask you that for a reason, right? They want to see how your brain works.
Right.
So yeah,
that is
good,
exactly
good
how I got my current job, because they were like, you may not know this much about this stuff, but I like the way you answer things that you don't know. If you don't know how to answer something, they're like, yes, it wasn't the right answer, but the way you got about like breaking it down, they like that. So I was like, hey, I may not be the most technically advanced person, but I'll break something a million times till I get it right.
Yeah.
And that's how you get employed. You got to break something enough times to know how it works.
My mentor calls that intellectual curiosity, and it's maybe the most valuable thing that you could probably have. So don't lose it. You know, whatever makes you want to not stay late, but, you know, want to stay like working on something for a long time. That's really interesting. Keep that. Try to keep chasing that feeling for sure.
Definitely.
All right.
Wow.
And then I guess one final thing, and then we wrap it up. Do you have a message to that young girl out there that's, wondering if this space could be for them and all the challenges, and maybe they feel out of place, or maybe to like my daughter, for example, even though she won't understand anything you're saying because she's but but in the future. So what is your message to her and to other young girls out there who could be looking to go into network engineering or tech in general?
God, no pressure.
Spotlight.
I would say, I like, just don't let them define you, right? Like, don't let any fear stop you from being curious about something. If you want to know the answer to something, there's always it's always out there, and you will always be able to find it. So don't be afraid. Go look for the answers, and don't let anyone else tell you what you should or shouldn't do or can or cannot do, other than, within reason, the law and stuff.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Follow your daughter to break the law, okay? But like follow your dreams.
Love it. That's amazing. All right. Well, it was amazing to have you on today. I feel like I learned way more than I thought I would. And oh my goodness.
Good, I'm glad.
What's the word? I can't grasp it. It's like, it's fulfilling, inspirational, motivational, some other fourth thing. Wow. Everything all encompassed in one. And that's why we do this stuff. Yeah. I love learning. I love meeting people, intelligent people, very intelligent people, and learning new scapes of tech. Like,
hell yeah.
What's not to love? This field is awesome. If you ain't in it, try and get in it. That's all I'm gonna say. You meet great people every day you work in this field, and I stand on it 10 toes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun to talk with you guys. It was amazing to meet you. Man, I had a great time.
That's the Code Noir difference.
Yeah.
Right there. Well,
best
with
podcast in the world.
Number 1, 2026 number 1 podcast. It's happening. Energy. This is the outro. Let me stop screaming though, for real.
Go. Outro.
It's been a great about hour and 10 minutes having Tracket. Let me make sure I get your name correct because I
Tracket Pacer.
I keep thinking of the Pacer test, the Fitnessgram Pacer test, and I'm like, why do I keep saying that? Tracket Pacer. Thank you for coming on the show with us today. It was amazing to have you. You are a light in the network engineering field, and it was an honor to speak with you today. Yep.
Thank you so much for having me. It was my honor as well.
With that being said, y'all, we about to sign out. We will catch y'all in the next one. Follow all the socials. Follow Tracket everywhere. Everywhere. Even in places you didn't know she had. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Don't stalk her now. Don't stalk her, though.
Don't be weird, though. Don't be weird.
Only on socials.
Yeah, with that being said, follow us on all our socials too. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that good jazz. We're signing out.
Signing out. Peace.
Deuces.